everybody, welcome back to Atomic News TV. And tonight I want to talk about something very serious. And if you're wondering if you read that title to this video correctly, you read that correctly. Iraq just threatened us. And I kid you not, 2 seconds ago on my phone, I just saw an article pop through, I believe it was ABC, saying, is the U.S. preparing for a brand new war? Who was it last night on my live feed that said they had a feeling Trump was there for other reasons? You might be right. And here is why. Okay? If that was you, make sure you shout out in my comments below and tag me because I want to know who you are. Because you are smart. Iraq is not happy about Trump being there yesterday. And they threatened us. And you're going to see me refer to notes here because this is a serious subject and I don't want to, if at all possible, misspeak anything. Because I don't want you to say, oh, Laura said this and she was wrong. This is my information that I'm about to give to you is based off several sources, including various news articles, various videos, various YouTube videos, and I mean YouTube videos and videos being two different things. Okay, so let's get that clear. I do a lot of research before I make a video and talk to you about things. I don't just shoot things out off the top of my head unless it's a live feed, and then sometimes I do. But because I'm easily distracted sometimes. Squirrel! No, just kidding. This is serious, so let's keep it that way. But Iraq is saying that we are violating their sovereignty. And my camera cannot focus. Hello, thank you. Welcome back, Laura. Trump wanted to meet with the Prime Minister of Iraq, but they could not agree on a location. Trump wanted the Prime Minister to come to the base. The Prime Minister said no. The Prime Minister wanted Trump to come to a different location. Trump said, hell no, most likely. It is the Middle East, right? The Middle East has been at war with each other for centuries. So why would somebody trust the Middle East? Even if there are allies in the area, which there are some, right? So they're demanding that we stop these aggressive actions and Trump should know his limits. Well, hello. When does Trump know his limits? He's Trump, okay? I love that man, but he is, you know, he kind of does what he wants, whether it's appropriate or not, right? So for those of you who think I'm a sheep, that should be some proof right there that I don't always agree with what he does, okay, or says. Let's just get that straight, okay? But I do still love him, and he is my president. But they're saying this is a flagrant and clear violation of diplomatic norms and shows his disdain and hostility in the dealings with the Iraqi government. We're there helping you, right? We're there helping Iraq, right? So we have hostility and disdain. I think they are a little delusional. Just my opinion. Now, the threat, which I will get to in a few minutes here, I consider it an act of war. And you may disagree with me, and that's okay. But after you hear what they said, you might just agree with me. Okay? Could we be gearing up for a war with Iraq? Trump did just say that we purchased a large amount of equipment. The best equipment in the world. We have the best people in the world. Warriors. Food for thought right there. Let that one stew. So, moving on. Gotta read my notes. I want to get it right for you guys, okay? While there has been no full-scale violence in Iraq since the Islamic State, suffered a series of defeats last year, some 5,200 U.S. troops train and advise Iraqi forces still waging a campaign against the militant group. So yes, we are still helping the Iraqis, whether they want to agree or not. Now, there are some Shiite leaders who don't want us there at all. And ever since we sacked Saddam Hussein, they have not wanted us there. Okay? Oh, it's getting hot in here. I'm sorry. I gotta turn my heater down. Okay. So, how did Iraq not know he was coming? Intelligence? Do they not have any intelligence? And I don't mean intelligence, but I mean, military intelligence. We wouldn't just have some other... Putin wouldn't just show up and be like, hey, I'm here. We would know. So you can't tell me they didn't know he was coming. I don't believe it. I mean, unless they seriously have no security intelligence. But in this day and age, it's not possible unless you live in, like, an island in the middle of the Pacific. just saying. It's not like Air Force One is a UFO. Air Force One didn't just shoot over there and then drop down out of the sky onto the base and be like, I'm here. Okay? The minute we crossed into Iraqi airspace, they knew we were there. If they didn't know we were coming. They knew he was coming. Come on now. Now, as soon as we crossed the border into Iraqi airspace, they could have, flew the jets in for an escort like we would have and said, turn it around. Did they? We don't know yet. But they could have. If that happened, would Trump say no? I mean, they could have blown him out of the sky. They could have considered that an act of war. So, something's going on that we don't know fully about yet. I'm thoroughly convinced of that after everything that I've seen and read today. So, they don't want us there anymore, and the Parliament is apparently going to vote to immediately eject all of the U.S. military. Okay. So what are you going to do when you have a problem there again? Because it's going to happen. It is fact that something else will happen in Iraq. It's historically, it happens over and over, okay? It's the Middle East. Everything continuously fights against each other in the Middle East. And when that happens, what are they going to do? They're going to call us up and be like, hey, so can you help us out? And if they oust our military and they call us for help, which we've done, most recently, I believe it was like 5 months ago, they needed help in regards to some tunnels. So yeah, they are going to need help again. There will be that time in that future. That's a given. Will we? And at what price? Or are we going to give them the middle finger and tell them where to stick it? It depends on who's in office. It depends on who's our president. Did I just spit? Like, did you guys just see that? Sorry, distraction. But it depends on who is the president, how we will respond. If it's Trump, I think he's going to say, give us money, give us oil, give us, whatever it may be, and maybe we'll help you. Yeah. Or I think he'll tell them where to stick it. He will work the deal. It's the art of the deal. I'm very curious to see how this plays out in the next few days to see what happens. So, what is the threat? Here it is. All right? This is what you've been waiting for. The leader of a powerful Iran-backed militant group said on Twitter, okay, Iraqis will respond with a parliamentary decision to oust your U.S. military forces. And if they do not leave, we have the experience and the ability to remove them by other means that your forces are familiar with. Read through the lines on that one. What do you think they mean by means that your forces are familiar with and the ability to remove them? Do you think that involves nuclear warheads? I do. I don't think that means knocking on the door and saying, "Hi, Iraqi Prime Minister, can you please leave?" No, not in the Middle East. So, I think it's an act of war. I think they threatened us. I think it's a serious and credible threat from a major Iraqi leader like that. Maybe he doesn't speak for the entire Iraqi government. It's possible. But has Iraq responded yet? Have they said, "I'm sorry, this person doesn't speak for us"? Not that I've seen. And since I just saw an article pop through a few minutes ago that could we, questioning, could we be preparing for war? We could. We could be going to war with the Middle East, okay? Not helping the Middle East because of their wars with other Middle Eastern countries, but us going to war with each other. A little different, okay? So, what are your thoughts on all this? Have you read any contradicting articles that contradict anything that I've just said today? It's, go ahead and leave a comment. That's okay. We could disagree. That's fine. I am open to anybody's thoughts and opinions, unless you, want to be a jackass and post, racist things, threatening things to other subscribers, those kind of things, which happens on my channel. And those are the only comments that I actually delete and ban those subscribers. Everybody else or I shouldn't say subscribers necessarily, because it's not always a subscriber. But in general, I don't really care, if people have thoughts against mine, because that's what makes us special as people. We are all individuals, and we all do have different feelings and thoughts and opinions, and that's great. So I welcome your comments below. If you're new here and you like my content, make sure that you hit that Good job, Laura. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell icon. That way you can see any developing information in regards to this topic and any others. And if you don't like my content, my question for you is, why did you watch the video to the end? All right, guys. I hope you guys had a great Thursday. Mine was really busy. Tomorrow's going to be busy for me today too. It's going to be busy tomorrow, today too. It's going to be busy for me tomorrow too, but luckily I have 4 days off after that. So I'm really excited. I just have to make it through one day. I really didn't want to do a video of this seriousness today, but I'm dedicated to you guys all, and I wanted to get this information out. So I hope that you all appreciate that. I might just take a break these 4 days coming up. I don't know. We'll see. But until then, I hope you guys have a good night, and peace out.